members from the National Assembly. As you all know, the National Disaster Management Agency is a government entity established in 2008 with the mandate to coordinate disasters in this country. Since 2008, the agency has been doing their best to ensure that disaster management is given preference. And here we are today to have a family discussion with our National Assembly members to look into the agency's act, strategy, and policy with the view to create understanding and ensure that we work hand in glove for a resilient Gambia. Without much ado, I want to humbly request the Executive Director of the National Disaster Management Agency to give his welcoming statement.
CRS, the invited guests, the press, and then the staff of the National Assembly. It is with immense pleasure and a profound sense of honor that I stand before you today to extend a truly heartfelt, very warm welcome to all of you to this training designated to equip honorable members of the Select Committee on Disaster with the latest knowledge and tools and best practice in disaster preparedness and response, so that you can continue to lead with insight and foresight in this critical area. It is anticipated to strengthening our collective capacity to prepare for, respond to, and mitigate the impact of disaster that affect our communities and nations. The large presence of our honorable members of the National Assembly here today is not merely a formality. It is a powerful testament to the critical importance of this training session and more broadly to the indispensable collaborative and spirit that is absolutely essential in effectively addressing disaster and humanitarian relief effort across every corner of our beloved nation. We are truly and deeply grateful that you have taken the time from your incredibly demanding schedule to be with us today. Your commitment to national resilience is indeed an inspiration to all of us. It is obvious that the unwavering dedication of the Select Committee on Disaster to understanding, scrutinizing, and ultimately improving our national response to disaster is not just commendable. It is a fundamental to the safety and well-being of our citizens. The comprehensive training program has been meticulously designed to equip each of you with enhanced knowledge, practical tools, and deeper insight necessary to further strengthen our collective resilience and legislative oversight in this crucial domain. The partnership between the National Assembly and the National Disaster Management Agency is not just important, it is absolutely paramount. Your legislative insight, diligent oversight, and powerful advocacy are the bedrock upon which effective policies are built. They are crucial in ensuring that our communities are not only better prepared for potential crises, but also equipped to respond swiftly and recover comprehensively from unforeseen challenges, minimizing human suffering and economic disruption. We eagerly anticipate a highly informative, engaging, and productive session ahead. We are particularly eager to absorb the invaluable perspective, strategic guidance, and deep expertise that the facilitators will undoubtedly share with us today, and I will urge all of you to make the best use of the training, engage the facilitators thoroughly, so that together we can effectively mitigate the impact of disaster in our country. On that note, I thank you all for your kind attention.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Chairman of the National Assembly Committee for Disaster, all the honorable members present here, the Executive Director, NDMA, and his entire team, all other distinguished guests, ladies invited, and gentlemen, my colleagues from NDMA, and all other protocols respectfully observed. It is my pleasure today to join you in this important engagement facilitated by the National Disaster Management Agency with support from the Empower project of CRS, the Gambia. Today's engagement comes at a critical time for our country. The Gambia continues to face increasing risk from climate change, natural disasters, and public health emergencies, all of which have far-reaching impact on lives, livelihoods, and our national development aspirations. In response to these growing challenges, the government of the Gambia, through the NDMA, has made significant strides in strengthening disaster preparedness and resilience. Notably, with the technical and financial support from CRS, NDMA is currently in the process of developing a comprehensive national disaster risk mitigation plan, a strategic document that will guide the national efforts to reducing vulnerability and better protect our communities. The Empower project, which is providing financial support to NDMA, is a key pillar in CRS to drive DRR activities in West Africa, particularly in the Gambia. It supports not only the strengthening of institutional capacity, but also the localization of disaster risk reductions, ensuring that communities are at the heart of prevention, preparedness, and response. At CRS, we believe that those who are closer to the problem are better suited to solve their own problems. Honorable members, your role in this process is vital. As lawmakers and representatives of the people, your leadership and advocacy are crucial in shaping policies, frameworks, and investments needed to build a better and a safer, more resilient Gambia. Today's dialogue is an important opportunity to deepen our collaboration, align our efforts, and ensure that disaster risk reduction becomes a national development priority across all sectors. Because disaster recognizes no sector, no boundary, or no discrimination. On behalf of the CRS Gambia team and on my own behalf, I thank you for your presence and commitment, and also thank the NDMA leadership for the long-standing collaboration with CRS. CRS renews its efforts and commitments to complementing NDMA and the government to build a more resilient society. And we look forward to a constructive engagement today that will drive forward the resilience agenda for the country and for the benefits of the whole country. I thank you all.
Honorable National Assembly members here present, and of course members of the Health Committee, the Executive Director, National Disaster Management Agency, and the Country Manager, CRS, in fact, who happened to be my close relative and of course friend, because the wife was my classmate, I have to say. But unfortunately, he's the one who recognized me. I didn't recognize him earlier. So basically, and the media who are here, and of course, staff of the National Assembly, recognizing the presence of the Director of Committees of the National Assembly, and all other personnel here present, good morning to you all. It is a great pleasure and of course an honor to stand here on behalf of the Select Committee on Health, Disaster, Refugees, and Humanitarian Relief, to of course give the keynote address here in this very important convergence. The National Assembly Select Committee of Health, of course, as you know, it is established by the 1997 Constitution as prescribed there. That's Section 102 and Section 109. And of course, our standing orders and our main mandate is to perform oversight of the government ministries, departments, and agencies. And then we are also responsible for allocating budget, and then advocacy too is also part of our mandate. So basically our presence here today is very, very important, as highlighted by all the previous speakers. For us as an oversight institution,
Our doors are always open. We are always ready to collaborate, and we are always ready to be informed, and then we are always ready to be put through, because once we are not put through, once we are not informed of certain things that are happening between the different ministries, departments, and agencies, we wouldn't know actually how we shape and then how we program ourselves to do our oversight efficiently. And of course, when the national budget comes, how do we prioritize some of these sectors? It's always very important that we are informed. So us coming here today is very important, as I said earlier, and then be assured that our presence here will be significant, because I know members are very interested in when it comes to disasters, because there is no National Assembly member who wouldn't say I'm not affected maybe in the years past or even in the years coming. Every now and then you will hear a member talking about disaster issues, and you will see him calling the executive director and even officials of the National Disaster Management Agency. This is what is happening in my constituency. I have flood, I have fire outbreak, I have this, I have that. So it's always happening. So disaster is a phenomenon that we are living with daily, and as we represent the people are the ones feeling it. So therefore, we are the first class citizens, of course, who feel it too. Because whatever our citizens feel, we are the people that they point fingers to. This is what is happening. Just this week, there was a disaster that happened in my constituency, and Inferno happened to burn an entire compound. So these are all issues which you know that we have to collaborate with the NDMA, but I have to report that I am very happy with the work that they are doing at the various constituencies, because they have local representatives in every constituency and in every region, whom whenever issues happen, they will be the first person there, collect data, and of course with the regional and district structures, that the ward councillors, the district safers, they are all part of the team that do gather this data and share it with them. And then that's where I happen to know the app they use. Is it Kobo Collect or what? Kobo Collect, that's where I happen to know it. So definitely the work of NDMA is definitely noticed by all of us at our various constituencies, and I just want to tell you, keep it up. As I said, our engagement is always very, very important, and then we are open for collaboration as an oversight institutions. What we need in this country is for us to sit down in dialogue, and then so that we will know what are your priorities at your level in terms of policies, and what gaps do you have in terms of laws, because we are responsible for lawmaking. So whereas you have issues with your law, you can come to us, tell us these are the issues that that is happening. We can channel it through your line ministry or your line organ in the state, and they can come up with amendments. And whereas that is not possible, we can also step in, because we have another means whereas we can bring in members' bill, private members' bill, and of course committee bills. So the discussion is open, and then our gates are always open, because we are here for the people. It is the people that put us where we are. They are our bosses. The entire Gambian people are our bosses. Whatever that affects them affects us directly. And then their message, their cries, and of course their will is what we represent. And disaster is a phenomenon that is happening repeatedly every year. Every year you will see disaster in scenarios, especially in the rural areas and even in the urban areas. The rainy season has just started. And then every year I could recall, sometimes last year we went on tour, identify some of the hotspots, which you know very well. And then this year, as you know, the portfolio committee have a wider mandate. This year we are focusing on health and of course refugee humanitarian relief. But not forgetting that we have our recommendation as previous tours, and then we will continue to monitor those recommendations with you and of course with the line ministries and with the area councils, and we see how best they can be implemented. Because, as I said, this is a continuous thing. Every year you will see new challenges, and then we have to address them as we move on. So once again, we are grateful and we are happy to be here, and our doors are open. Be assured of our support as far as you are serving the benefit of the people. So thank you.